Hello everyone! Welcome to the first of my streaming solo series that I'm going to be doing, where I'm going to be playing solo board games, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And you're going to be here with me, and my name is Mark, and this is Aowen, and hopefully she wants to stay with us though. If not, I have an alternative, but we're going to hope that doesn't happen. So, today, I'm going to play Final Girl, and I'm excited. I haven't played much of this lately, and so this will be a heck of a lot of fun. So, yeah, for any of you who don't know what Final Girl is or anything about it, this is obviously a solo board game, wherein you are playing as the final girl in a horror movie. So, like Alien, for example, obviously Ripley is the final girl in the movie. And there's several like slashers and stuff like that, that the final person in the movie is a girl, and so she is the girl. So this particular one is a new one that I got recently. It's not new, but it's new to me. And it is basically based on, oh, somebody said something and I can't see it. I need to fix that. I need to put something dark over here so I can actually see it. Maybe if I do this. There we go. Cheers, Deadly. Oh, that'll be a little better. This is my first time ever doing a stream with this setup, so there will probably be some growing pains involved as well. I don't remember. I was in the middle of saying. Oh, so this is a new set to me, and it is essentially it's based on the Terminator. And this is kind of both Terminator movies, 1 and 2, wherein I'm going to start off against what is essentially Schwarzenegger. And then later, it will become the next one that is kind of... Let's focus on that. I'm eventually going to get a small green screen so I can put things close, hopefully. But anyway, eventually it'll turn into basically the T-1000. And this is, in this game, it is the Mark V N. And yeah, this is a card and dice game. And I'm going to go ahead and go over. Yeah. Hey! That is... Josh! Hi! Good to see you. I'm going to put those there. I got to come up with a better solution for that in the future. It just did not even occur to me that I wouldn't be able to see the comments at all. I got the rule books over here just in case I need to look something up. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and read out for you the intro to this set. So this is the Hunter. Oh, and I should mention one last thing. In Final Girl, there is each set, each feature film as they call them, comes with one killer and one location, and they can be mixed and matched. So the killer for this obviously is the Hunter, or the Terminator, and the location is Sunny Days Mall. So I'm going to read out the little blurb, the flavor text for this, the Hunter first. I knew the guy was bad news the moment I saw him. Over 6 foot tall, face hidden by that hoodie, big bulge underneath his jacket. Tried to stop him, but he just shoved me aside like I was made of cotton. I took the hint, and I was out of there. I'm just a mall cop, for crying out loud. They don't pay me enough for this kind of crap. So, there's that. And then Sunny Days Mall. Welcome to the ultimate shopping experience. Step into the heart of fashion, excitement, and endless possibilities. Introducing Sunny Days Mall, your premier shopping destination. Sunny Days has the latest trends in fashion, state-of-the-art electronics, and a wide array of culinary delights, all under one roof. Sunny days, where every day is filled with sunshine and joy. I keep looking over at my monitor over here, but I need to keep looking at you guys. And Sarah's in the other room commenting. Oh, shh, Sarah is here, says Ella Deadly. You can only see the back of Eowyn. Aw, not high enough. But this is her head right here. She's got her eyes closed. All right, so let's get started. In this one, the hunter starts off. By the way, there's a few things I need to do before getting started, and I just revealed that. I shouldn't know what it is. I gotta mix these up. These are the components of the first section, or the Mark V. And these are gonna go right here. And the health that you see right here is actually not for the Mark V, that's for the Mark X. Mark V, I will be taking those off. He has 3 of them, and they each require 2 hits. And then he drops them on the board. And more on that later, because things will change. Beyond that, though, I need to give us each a final health. So these, much like these ones here, these pieces have differing amounts of health on the back. And I'm going to mix these up and pick one for the killer and one for me, or rather one for Kat, oops, 5, who is obviously Sarah Connor. The camera's in a different place than it is when we're playing video games. Gotta get used to that. And I also need to choose my signature action for this game, which I was gonna do before we started, but I ran out of time. So I think, protect will be the correct one for this. Because in this particular scenario, there is, for Sunny Days Mall, there is the savior. And the savior of the world that we have to protect, because he's going to save us from the AI that's going to overrun the world. So we have to keep him from dying as well. Not only can we not die, but he can't die. He's got 4 health over here. And he has a few extra action things that I'll just go over when we do that. But if I lose my last health, or if the killer loses their last health, we will flip that over and see if maybe they didn't lose their last health. And most of these are blank, but one of them has 1, 2, and 3 hearts on them. So there are 3 of these that are special. The rest of them aren't. I'm gonna put the rest of them over there. If that were to happen, I would add that health and then put this there, which is just the same thing on both sides, which means that is the actual last. Also, if I win this game, I get to reveal Pat's special item. All right, is there anything else that I need to explain? I think I can explain the other things as we go along. And, our setup is Family Dinner. This is the app for this game. I'm going to use Protect. Signature action. There we go. We're going to use the tier dice, which are a little special, and the desperation die is a one-time use. So, starting event is Rise of the Nerds. So, just say no to nerd persecution. Place a new victim at both Boards and Bones and Joystick Heroes. And actually, I hope to eventually have some way of getting you guys watching to be one of these victims that are out here. So I have to, the victims die gradually and I have to survive. And if I can save some of them, I get bonus things. But eventually I'm hoping to have like, Hella Deadly, you're in the audience, and you are too, Josh. So this one is you, Josh, and this one's you, Halla Deadly, and we'll see what happens if you can survive along with me. Maybe I'll try extra specially to save you guys. Okay, so whenever you end the action phase in either store with a victim in your space, I get a bonus, basically. That is the starting event, and other events might show up. In any case, let's get started. So, you probably can't see it very well, but this right here is the order of play. We start the game with the action phase. And so basically, and I get, six time, and I can use these 6 starting cards. And also starting with 2 dice, as it shows here. These are blue because they're the tier dice, as opposed to the red ones shown on there that are the normal ones. They just have blanks, 1 of the 2, whereas this has tiers on 1 of the 2. I'll tell you more about that later. So, music might be a little too loud. Okay, I'm going to lower that. I actually can't hear the music at all. I'd love to hear the music, but without putting some sort of headphones on, something that I don't need, and would just block stuff. I don't really have. So you guys get to hear the music, but I don't. And in fact, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get other music because some of this might be copyrighted and that might not be good, but we're not quite long. Anyway, moving on. So, we also have, let's see, I'm right here, and in Stan's Sporting Goods, we have sneakers. Not roll a die when voluntarily jumping off the railing space. That would be kind of nice. And I wouldn't have to potentially... That could be pretty good. By the way, in this scenario, there's a railing around the edge of the food court. And so you can jump down from here down into the food court, but you might take damage. And if ever a victim does that, basically they die. And then we have a Hackmaster 9000. And while at security, I can place an alarm token, and it'd be useful. We'll that out more if I get it in the future. And then we have a boomstick. This one I would love to pick up. It is over here in military surplus, which this was just randomly, I randomly did this, and that is very thematic. The boomstick is in. So, and then we have 2 exits here and here, by the way. And in case you can't see, yeah, you can't really see, can you? This right here is the killer. This is... And this is a motorcycle. I just realized I didn't look up the rules on. Or I don't remember seeing it anyway. And this is the quote-unquote savior. Future savior. Well. And this is Cat. Or Sarah Sanders. Sarah Connor. And Sarah says that my out. That's not good. Maybe I'm not talking loud enough. Do I need to get it up closer? If I do that, it'll be underneath the lapel. Ah! Okay, maybe I'll just try to put... See if that's better. Uh-oh. Oh, that was weird. Pause there. Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to go over to Stan's Sporting Goods, and see if I can pick up those sneakers. So we are going to start by... It's always a difficult thing to start here. We have 2 walks, 2 focuses, a short rest, and a weak attack. I don't need the rest or the weak attack immediately. Focusing and walking are good ideas. So, and excuse my throat clearing, I'm still dealing with a residual cough. It's annoying. Yeah, we'll go ahead and walk, see what happens there. So, I get 2 dice from this, and we're gonna roll these and see what happens. We have 1 success and a teardrop, which if I succeed at all, I don't do the teardrop. So that's the thing. We have 1 success. I get to move up to 1 space. That is perfect. I will go there. And we use 1 time for that. And that is done. And I still have all these cards, so I'm actually going to go ahead and focus and see if we can't knock this horror level down a little bit. So here we go. And that is 1 success again. That actually worked out really nice. Okay, so again, I have to use 1 time, and then I get to move the horror down 1. I think I'm going to wait on the other focus, and I didn't have to discard any cards to create a success. So that worked out really well. So that is the action phase. I'm going to end my action phase, and we're going to go to the planning phase, where I get to purchase cards. So I have 4 time left, and that's what you buy cards with, is time. I'm going to start off by buying this Build Trust, because this is a thing over here. Eventually, it would be good for me to exit the board with the ally. Also, I can't directly control him except for by using these actions. And I can't use any of the actions until I move him up on the trust meter. And he starts off on go to hell, which is not good. So if I can build trust with him, that'll be very useful. So that is 2. And then I'm going to buy these 2 close call cards because they will be useful for discarding. Okay, so that is, each of those cost 1, by the way. And so that's my remaining 2. I'm going to reset to 6. And then the played action cards go back in the tableau. The starting ones cost 0, so they're going to go in the 0 cost action cards right there. So then we have the killer phase. So here's where things get interesting. First of all, I should mention, I am using... I'm using the ambiguity rules that are... Where are they in here? Basically the thematic version. Oh, and of course, it's right at the end. I'm using the rule of abject realism. So if there is any ambiguity, then I'm resolving it in a way that results in the most realistic or thematic outcome. If that doesn't help me, then I'm just going to roll a die or something like that. We're just going to make it come. But, excuse me, sorry. I can't mute my mic here. I apologize. I just... what I'm doing anyway. Okay. Alrighty. Where was I? Ah, yes. So we're going to resolve the killer action. So the killer is going to target the final girl, except that when there is a savior in play, the killer targets the savior instead. So he's going to target him, and he's going to move, and he has a movement of 1 currently, and then do 1 damage to the savior if he gets it in space. Now, he cannot go down the railing, so he's going to have to actually come around. He's going to move. We have 1 to the closest way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces, or 1, 2, 3, 5 spaces. Obviously, 1 space right there. Then we draw a terror. And let's see, we have intimidation mode active. Oh, well, I'm glad I did a focus because otherwise we'd be down to 1 die at this point. Okay, so this says targeting, again, same person, he's going to move twice. So, and his movement is still 1, so 1, 2, and then I increase 2 horror. So again, like I said, I'm really glad I did a focus action on that last turn. So there we go. Panic phase. Nobody was killed this turn because, again, he's not targeting anybody that isn't one of the two of us. And then upkeep phase. And there is nothing to do in the upkeep phase, so we are back at phase. And so I think the first thing we need to do, because this right here is the only opening to not climb up the railing. So I need to build some trust with the Savior in order to control him a little bit. Otherwise, we're going to have an issue. I wish I could do it twice. I don't have any way of getting a 3rd star here. Yeah. Planning would be. Either way, I need at least 1 so that I can reduce damage from attacks and cover health. So we are going to do that. We're going to do build trust. I'm going to roll here. And again, wow, I'm getting the same roll every time. I got 1 success. We're going to increase trust by 1. Now on Eat Me. He can use the 2 bottom actions there. I'll go into how those work or when I need to. And then I lose 1 time. And again, that worked out fine. Oh, I forgot to grab the one thing that I needed. Now, since I'm in that room, I need the search. So I really can't do much with any rest of this, so I'm going to have to focus again and hopefully get back away from that red horror level. And, okay. So I got 1 success. I could just do that once and lose some time, but I think I'm really going to discard. Yeah, I'm going to discard weak attack and short rest since they cost 0 to turn this right here, not success, but discard cards, into a 2nd success. I now have 2 successes, which means I get to move that there, and I gain 2 time instead of losing it. And that's all I can really do right now. So I'm going to end the action phase, and we're going to move on to the planning phase. The first thing I'm going to do is purchase a search card, and that costs 2. And then I'm going to buy another build trust card for 2 because we need to keep building that trust. And then I have 3 left. So I could, say, get an improvise that turns 3s and 4s into successes instead of requiring discards to make success. A guard would be a good idea, but in the future, distraction might be actually. This horror is not good. But improvise works really well when I want stuff to 1 round. Let's see. When I lean in to move pieces. Really? You can still see my face. I am not sure what you're talking about. I have to do this. Oh gosh. Well, talk about that later maybe. In any case, There isn't a whole lot that I want to do. Well, I want to do these two things on this next turn. I will be getting these two cards back, though. So I'm not going to worry about improvise. I'm going to grab a distraction. And then I also get these two. And let me make sure I'm not at my hand limit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 10 is the hand limit. And now I put these back. That'll go there, and these are all 0 costs. Oh, I forgot to... I always forget to move it. All right, killer phase. He is going to move again. This is not the greatest thing. Moment. And I need to remind myself. Still cutting out. It's again, it's probably because I'm not talking loud enough. And maybe I need to turn off the... I accidentally turned the mic off. I just turned off the ambient sound. So I might... Oh, no, I see that it didn't go. I think I'm just not talking loud enough. Huh. Do-do-do-do-do! Oh, sorry, Aowen. Maybe... Oh yeah, because it didn't there either. Oh, good girl. Doodle-doo-doo. Yeah, I think I had a noise gate on there that was too sensitive, or not sensitive enough. So let's try that. And I can turn the noise canceling back on. Okay, because these settings were set for our Yeti mics. Yeah. Yeah, I know, the picture is stalling occasionally, which is really annoying. I'm not sure what the issue with that is. And that is this camera right here. But I think I solved the cutting in and out issue. Anyway, thank you for the help. So, where was I? I want to make sure that doesn't go to sleep. Okay, yeah, he moved, and that will be an issue in the future, but should be okay right now. And now I draw a terror card. Oh no, he got a thing already. Oh, I just realized the Savior has a deck of cards. I may have completely screwed that up. During the upkeep phase, well, I goofed that up. Okay, we're gonna pretend that the first card said no effect. I need to draw Savior cards during the upkeep phase. I'm glad I got, well, I'm not glad that I got this Dark Power, but Advanced AI. This is a minor Dark Power. I'm just gonna put it up here because I'm using this spot, which is that for the Savior deck. And that means that it's got 2 extra health. And whenever Bloodlust increases because a hunter inflicted damage to you or an ally, increase it an additional time. No! That's not good. Okay. And we are not panicking anybody. And now we're going to draw a card for the Savior. We are on Eat Me, so move the Savior 1 space towards the killer. So he's going to move right here, which is not amazing. Oh, did I scare Aeon? Oh, yeah. All right. I'll put that right there and hopefully not get another minor Dark Power. Okay. back to my action phase. So I'm going to, right away, I need to build some more trust with him because this is not good that he's right in the same space. You know what I just realized I forgot to do? We forgot to turn that light on. But the light is okay. I just have a shadow from above. Sarah, do you mind coming in here and attempting to turn that on? Okay. So I got 1 star. Completely forgot to turn that on. 1 star, 1 success. So oh, Sarah's waving. So I'm increasing trust by 1, which is great. Still can't exit the board, but hey, look at that. I am now bright. Okay. But now I can use the other actions. And that is great because now I can move him. So, oh, and I need to use 1 time. So, I'm also, whoop, I think I also would like to cause a distraction. Hi, Aowen. She's looking over at Sarah. Good girl. You might want to leave before she takes off. Oh, good girl. Yeah, she's looking at you. She can still see you. Yes. Sarah, did you see that strange arm with a wavy hand on the screen? Okay. Where was I? I was going to maybe try a distraction, which would be helpful, although we're okay right now. Maybe I should instead go ahead and search for this thing right here. So, oops. We're going to search so I can actually do something, get out of this room and do something. So here we go. Doing a search. Oh, very nice. That is a success. And if I discard 2 cards, which I think I'm going to discard a focus and a close call. Let me put this here. I can make that 2 successes, which means, first of all, I do lose 1 time, but then I get to look at both of these cards and take one of them and put the other one either on top or on the bottom. So we have the sneakers that I already mentioned and cigarettes. Down to only 2 packs a day. Maud be proud. When the savior is in your space, discard to increase trust by 1. Well, I don't need that because I'm already almost all the way up. So we're going to stick with the sneakers. So those will go there, and I'm going to put this on the bottom. Now the bummer is I don't know what else is in here. And we don't get to flip over the next thing. If I want to see, I have to search again. And I think I'm going to not bother on that. But at this point, Sarah didn't see anything. Nope, I didn't see anything. At this point, I think I would like to do some walking. Now, maybe I should wait because, so this is potentially a problem. When I have 4 cards left and I use one of them, that means I only have 2 cards left to discard for this kind of thing, and I do not want to fail. So I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm going to stay where I am. And since I unlocked some powers for the savior, I'm going to have him move because he can't attack on his own, which stinks. And I should double check that I'm doing that right so I don't screw something up. Building trust. Victims. There it is. They use action cubes to take actions, which are only allowed during the action phase, or reactions when appropriate. During the upkeep phase, move them all to the right, removing them when they're when they move. Okay. So in order to make sure that the hunter doesn't attack him, I'm going to use both of these to move. So we're going to put one there, and we're going to put one there, and I'm going to move him 2. And since he is actually, oh, I still don't know what that does. What does the motorcycle do? Oh, it's probably an event. Most of the time when there are tokens and the motorcycle takes over a token that are not explained, they are typically in an event, which means I can't do anything with the motorcycle unless that event shows up. So that's fine. So I think I'm going to lead him around this way because I am also going to go in this direction. Although maybe I should go the other way so that I can lead him toward me. But if I lead him away, then I can potentially pick up some victims on the way and help them escape. So this is a pretty pivotal decision which way to lead him. When I do this, the Savior will not be able to move again for 2 rounds. So I better put him somewhere where I can actually help out. So I'm going to move this way too. He's going to go right there. Okay, and that is my action phase is over. Did I use... I did build trust and I did search. And so, yeah, that's 2. So I lost the 2 time that I was supposed to. Okay. We are now on purchase action cards. Obviously, I'm going to purchase all these 0 cost ones. And then I have 4 that I can pick up another card. And since he is focusing on the Savior, I don't think Retaliate is a good idea. So I'm going to go for a Furious Strike, I think. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Unless, so again, I have 4. Maybe I should instead get this last build trust so I can get him all the way up. And a sprint. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get a sprint and a build trust. And we will put these back. We've got that there, the search goes there, the focus goes there, and the build trust goes over there. This is for this scenario only, by the way. I keep forgetting I have protect here. And it only costs 1. When the killer attacks a victim in your space. I wonder if that applies to saviors. Because they are not considered a victim. He's considered an ally. Well, then that is not nearly as good as I was hoping it would be for this particular game. It's alright. Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry about that. Trying to keep that from happening. Okay. I have yet to fail on a roll on this, which is pretty stinking awesome. Alright. So I bought all the cards that I wanted to with the 4 that I had. Move that back up to 6. I re-put those in there. And now the killer is going to move. So he's again going to target the saber. He's going to move 1 space. Still hasn't done any damage, which is great because not only does the bloodlust not move up, but it doesn't move up twice. Okay. It probably will very soon, though. Which is not good. Okay, draw a tarot card. We have Paranoia. If the savior is not on the board, discard and draw another tarot card. Otherwise, make a horror roll. And I have 2, so I'm rolling 2. And, oh, interesting. This is a trust thing. So let's see. Oh, no way. I got 2 successes, which means I get to increase trust by 1. Awesome. And now he can even exit the board. Which, if I get him to exit the board, I get a huge bonus. I get to take 3 of these. I think it was 3. As if I had rescued 3 victims. But while he's on the board, I can decrease the horror. So, let's see. That's it. That's amazing. That terror card was actually ended up being a good thing. Okay. Then we have nobody was killed this turn. Nobody was attacked this turn. Upkeep phase. So these are going to move down. I cannot put another one on there until those come off. And I draw a savior card. You're full of crap. I'm not in danger. I believe you. Speaking of, it was I guess you're okay, and then I'm just moved up to I believe you on the trust track. And since we're on I believe you, I get to move horror down 1, which is just stinking awesome. So far, this game is going incredibly well. Okay. That was the upkeep phase. We are now in the action phase. I don't even need this card anymore, so I'm going to use it for a discard in the future, which is awesome. I don't even need distraction all that much right now. But, what I do need is some attack. If I end the action phase, I get one of those in that specific spot. Now, since I'm over here, I'm wondering if I should just come through and bring some of these guys, rescue some victims. But I better get over here before he starts taking some damage and that bloodlust increases. By the way, I should put these on there. Interestingly, those will take damage before I can damage hit that, which is a little strange. But yeah, I better, well, first let's see how far we move, and then I'll decide what to do with the move. Although, no, I can't get it down that far. Yeah. All right, we're going to sprint. Here we go. The clucking chicken? Oh no. Again, I can't hear any of the music. That's for you guys. Okay, so there is 1 success, but if I discard 2, I can make it 2 successes and move not just 2 spaces, but 3. And I can always bring up to 2 victims with me when I move. And the bummer is there's no wall here, or there's no entrance or opening. The stores are not connected. So I would have to go 1, 2, 3 before I can grab them and come out. So that's a lot of moving. And yeah. So I'm going to discard Build Trust, because I don't need it anymore. And Short Rest, because I don't need that. And we use 1 time. By the way, I forgot to mention, I can always discard a card during the action phase to gain time, and then I will have more later. So I'm going to do that. I move 3 spaces, so we're going to go 1, 2, and I think I will. I'm going to go ahead and go in here, because I can grab those 2 guys. I might as well grab him along the way too. That way he doesn't get smacked over the edge. Sorry. Mute your sound. Excuse me. Okay. I guess I could go over here and like mute myself like this. Yeah. Sorry. I'll do that next time. Okay. So that's that. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm gonna put this here and move that down 1. And actually, at this point, I think I will go for a distraction because it'll get me more time with the stinking awesome rolls I've been getting. This will get me more time, and if I can get 2, then I'll get a 3rd die for use. So let's see how this goes. All right, 1 success. And that will move this down 1, and I gain 1 time. Perfect. I'm okay with that. I would have rather been able to discard for more, but that's okay. In fact, if I use focus right now, I could potentially get that. I'm going to do it, because that's totally worth it. I may have to discard a lot here, but we'll see. I got 1 success. I'll take it. I lose 1 time, and I bring this down, and now I get 1 more die for horror rolls, which is just stinking awesome. So, I'm only going to get 1 0-cost card. I don't want to short myself next time on the next turn, so I think I'd better stop there. And so we're going to the planning phase. I'm going to purchase action cards. So I get this. I have 5. I'd like to buy the Furious Strike, but with so few cards here, well, you know what? I'm not going to be doing any damage on this next turn anyway. So I think I will buy the Furious Strike and a close call for discards. So that's all 5. Go back up to 6. And then I'm going to re-put these out there. We're going to sprint. Short rest is a 0, and build trust goes over there. Okay. Killer phase. Okay, so he's going to come over here and attack. Now, thankfully, I have this one here that I can put right there, which means reduce the hit by 1, so he doesn't take any damage. So, as I understand it, he does not increase bloodlust because he didn't do any damage, and this doesn't happen, which is awesome. So, nothing wrong there. So now I'm going to draw a tarot card. We have target acquired. Oh, now's where things are going to go downhill. Okay, we have 1 horror. And yeah, things are going to go downhill quick. Okay, he targets the savior, moves, and attacks. I have no more action cubes, so I can't do anything about it. So he's already there. He's going to attack. The savior will take 1 damage, and the bloodlust will increase by 1 because the advanced AI is there. It will advance an additional time, which means now we reveal the dark power. Also, he's moving 1 and now hitting for 2. Is this where I'm? No, I'm still in the camera. Maybe I should, though, move it out. We will, where is it? If I make that 0, oh, it pushed it that way. Oh, and you can see the chair. So if I do that, then I'll pull this back over this way. The only bummer is now the edge of the board is, or the edge of the table is in the view. I wonder if I can change that. Nope. Well, it is what it is right now. I'll mess with that a little bit later if I need to. Okay, let's find out what the dark power is. We have titanium laced biotissue. Oh no, I haven't done any cybernetic parts yet. They now require 3 hits to remove. Now, you know what? I'm not gonna bother with the rest of that yet. This is not good. So far, I have gotten not very far. Should probably grab a water. Okay. Grab the mouse for no reason. That was that. We're moving on. Panic phase. So, if I remember right, the panic phase does happen when the savior is hit. During the panic phase, the savior will panic the same way victims do. But nobody died yet. So, panic phase. In addition to normal panicking, they also panic if the bloodlust is increased. Okay, so bloodlust increased, so we are going to panic. We're going to start, well, and I lose this again because Laura went back up. So, we're going to start with the savior, and the way this works is I roll the die, and I see that is a 5. And so in which direction is 5? It is this way, so he's going in there. Then this victim is going to do 4. 4 is this direction, right there. Okay. Oh, shoot. That is actually incorrect. He's actually going to fall down and take another damage because he was in a space with the railings. Whenever anyone takes damage, they fall over the railing and they receive an additional damage. So yeah, actually he doesn't panic to there. He fell down here over the railing and took an additional damage. Not good. Okay, but that's okay. He's not dead. Okay. All right, panic phase is done. Upkeep phase. We are, let's see, I'm gonna move these off. This is gonna move over, this is gonna move over. And we're going to draw this card. Is this where I was? This must be where I was coming out of the picture. Okay. You're not the boss of me. And then it says, I believe you. Move the savior up to 2 spaces in any direction. So obviously we're going to go 1, 2, and I might just take him out on the next turn. On this turn. Because I'd get a good amount of stuff out of that. Okay. Action phase. So let me double check what happens when I rescue him. He may exit the board. If he does, I immediately receive all unclaimed victim rewards on my final girl and then flip the card. Ultimate ability is unlocked. Oh yeah, we're doing that. We are definitely doing that. So, I'm going to do that right away. Doing that first. Yep, we're going to have him move 1 space and exit the board. He is now off the board. I don't need to worry about any of that anymore. We have saved the savior. I receive all of these rewards. So firstly, I'm going to take that because that's just awesome. We'll do them in that order. Then I gain 2 time. Then actually we'll go down here. I will take a guard card. I get to heal 2, but I'm already at max health, so that doesn't happen. And then I get to move 3 spaces. That is awesome. So And when okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just turn this over. So I got her ultimate ability, so I'm actually gonna do that on here. Boom! So whenever I inflict damage on an enemy with a gun, I do an additional 2 damage. Well, I don't have a gun yet, but I know where one is. It's being guarded by him. Oh boy. But for each additional victim saved, I gain 1 time. So I might as well... He's going to target me now. That is not necessarily a good thing. But I do have the boots. Oh, that's perfect. Or sneakers, I should say. Sneakers allow me to jump off voluntarily. So if I could get him, say, over here-ish, and I could jump off and run over here and grab that boomstick. Trying to decide which is more important, doing that or rescuing some people. He's still only going to move 1 space, unless the tarot card changes that. So I'm going to go ahead and rescue some. So I have 2 here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 to the service entrance. I'm going to rescue these 2. And I don't remember where I put the ones that I've rescued. That's all right. We'll stick them over here. And I can go 1, 2, saved. And actually, I will save the savior. Yes. Which I already unlocked that, so it would have done that. Okay. Okay, and because I saved 2 victims, I'm going to gain 2 time. And then I can get rid of all of this. Don't need any of this anymore. And it's just me and you, dude. Okay, now we're on to the normal action phase. I got Furious Strike here. I've got Focus. I have 3 dice that I can roll, which is awesome. I have a Weak Attack and Guard, which is it's a good time to have a guard. Now, I would really like to get into that military surplus. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. If I were to just stop right now, I have 10. I need a search, and a critical blow would be really good. So really, I should use at least 1 card. So I don't want to get any closer to him because some stuff might happen. He might come over and then attack me, and that's not good. So I'd like to save my walk cards. So I'm going to use a focus. And we have 2 successes. Oh my gosh, I just got 2 more time. 1, 2, and this goes up to there. Okay. Well, maybe I should just go ahead and do some walking. I mean, I could just go over there and whack him and then see what happens. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and walk. Okay, I got 1 success. I can move up to 1 space. I have 6 cards here left. And 12. So that's 6. I will have 6 left for other things. Oh, I'm going to lose 1. I'll have 5 left for other things. So let's call that good. I will lose 1 time. And we're going to move out of the service entrance. And that will be my turn. Was that 6 left? Yeah. So now I'm going to buy more. Oh, shoot. I've got these to do as well. I don't need either of these, though, so I'm not going to buy them. I'm just going to leave them there. Okay, I'm going to buy this for 6, which will bring me down to 5. I think I will buy an improvise, so that 3s and 4s are successes, which will just help me again, even more so. So that's 3 more. I have 2 left, and oh, I need a search because I'm going to go down there and get that boomstick. So that looks good. So that's 0. We're going back up to 6, and we're going to put these 2 cards there. And planning phase is over. So now it's the killer phase. So he is going to move 1. And he still is not focused on anybody but me. And we have a terror card. It's coming for me! I gotta hide! If the savior is not on the board, discard and draw the next tarot card. Okay, well, that's a bummer. We're going to be going through the tarot cards faster. All right, deploy countermeasures. Place a countermeasure token in each space adjacent to the hunter. If you, an ally, or a victim enter the space with a countermeasure, receive a damage and discard the token, and then gain 1 horror. I'm glad I went up 1 more. So I have to put this here, adjacent. I wonder if that's considered adjacent for that. Here and here. That's in the space that I'm in. I'm going to assume, since it says when you enter the space, that I don't have to worry about that right now. But are these considered adjacent? Railing spaces. Looks like it is considered adjacent, so I will put 1 there as well. Okay, and that's that. We have the panic phase. Nobody died, or they didn't do damage to me, so nobody panics. And we have an upkeep phase. No more saviors, so nothing happens there. So it is now my turn. All right. I'm going to have to do some moving. Yeah, I'm going to use this improvise so that I can gain successes easier. So here we go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could have. Yeah, I was only at 8. Or I was only at 9. I'm going to take this focus because that was one that I could have gotten. Okay. Oh, I only got 1 success on that. Oh, so only for the next one. Ah. Well, that stinks. Because my next one, I have to walk. Oh, I only have 1 walk. Well, so be it. All right. We're walking. Wah! Oh, I caught that. And whoa, I got 1 success on that too. We're gonna move 1 space. Boy, I'm glad I muted that. This lingering cough is horrible. Okay, so we did that. I am now going to do a critical blow. Here's where all the fails are gonna happen. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. Yes. Oh, excuse me, I need to do this first. So, you know what? That's fine. No, I have a Furious Strike also. No, I will. Okay. I'm going to discard Yeah. I'm going to discard... Oh. I'm running out of cards to discard. That's the problem. And I really need to for this Furious Strike in order to even knock off one of those parts. If I do that, you know what? I'm going to take the hit and discard 2 so that I hit him for 3. Now 2 of those knock out this. Gone. Oh, and I get to do that. One of those is left over for one of the cybernetic parts, which I am going to do another Furious Strike, and I need 2 for this to actually work. Oh, and I used up the these things that allow me to re-roll. So that did not work. That stinks because I only hit it for 1. I do gain 1 time. And the action phase is just over. That really stinks. Because I only did 2 damage to the cybernetic. Oh no! Oh no, that's this. That's right. I only did 2 damage to the cybernetic part, which means I did not knock it off. Which really stinks. That stinketh. Okay, well, I will purchase action cards, so the 0 cost ones are going in my hand. I have 6, so firstly, I should check to see at what point in the same phase. Okay, 1 or multiple attacks in the same phase. So this retaliate will not do me any good for this. Okay. I should pick up a sprint. That's 2. I'd like another improvise, but that leaves me with 1. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I will buy another guard and another search. That's 4. We're gonna move this up. We'll put Furious Strike back, Critical Blow back, walk these, and the improvise goes back there. Okay. That's it. Killer phase. He's in my space, so he's just going to do 2 damage to me, and I am going to guard, I believe. Yes. Okay. I'm going to guard. And that is 2 successes, and I could make it 3, but I don't need to, because I get to ignore all of the damage. See, we are yesterday's future, but today the future comes for you. Yes. So I get to ignore all the damage, which means the bloodlust does not go up. Awesome! All right, we have a terror card. We're going to increase the horror level and panic all victims twice, and then he's going to attack me again. So, all right, so let's start in my space and go clockwise. So the one that's in my space is going to go in the direction of 2. Aw, bummer. He's gonna jump over and die. That stinks. So he just died, which means the bloodlust goes up 1, which means the horror level goes up, which means I get 2 dice again. Okay. That really stinks. I'm going to double check that that's actually how that works. So, the railings. Do. If an effect. Enemies will never jump voluntarily. But yeah, if an effect causes them to move to an adjacent food court space, yeah. So, okay, well, in any case. One of the guys in there, actually 1 through 6, he's just going to move out here, and so is the other one. No matter what I roll, they're going to move out, so they're just going to do so. This guy, 4, is going to move over here. The guy in Joystick Heroes, also got a 4, is going to move over here. These two guys both come out. These two guys, the first one got a 3, he's going to move over here. How does that work again? Let me check that. If anybody enters a space, so that guy is also dead. Boom, dead. And this moves up again. And then that one got a 2. He's also going to go over here. These two, one of them will go over here, while the other one will go there. And lastly, this guy. Uh-oh. He got a 4. He's going to move over here. And also, boom. And Bloodlust goes up again, and the Horror goes up. Things are getting bad. Okay, so that was that, and now he's going to attack me again. Move and attack. I'm in the same space. So I'm again going to use Guard. And the bummer is I don't have 3 dice anymore. I could use a distraction. Oh. Well, I only need 1 success to reduce it by 2. So if I have a sprint, I got 2 searches. How did that happen? Wait a minute. Am I doing weapons wrong? I'm gonna have to double check weapons because reading that makes me think I'm doing weapons wrong. But I'll do that when that happens. Okay. I need to discard 2 cards. And I have 2 focuses here. I don't need a rest yet. So we're going to discard a focus and a rest. Short rest? Yeah, short rest. That gives me 1 success, which means I reduce the damage by 2, which means I don't take any damage. So that is finally the end of the terror card. The Bloodlust was raised, which, oh man. It's probably going to go up some more because I got 2 guys panicking right here. 1, yep. He's going to jump to his death. And that will go up again. And that's a 5. At least he was somewhat... He goes in here and countermeasures and blows himself up. Nice. And the Horror goes up again. Oh boy! Things are just falling apart. Okay, so that is the panic phase, no upkeep, and so it is my turn. Oh yay! Focusing right now will do no good, so we're gonna sprint. Right? I don't have anything else to help me with that. Oh, gosh. Running out of cards. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, at least I could move 2 spaces if I discard 2. I don't need either of these if I do that. Okay, so we're going to do that. I'm going to move 2 spaces and use 1 time. We're going 1, 2. And now, man, I really want to search. I guess as long as I get 1 success. As long as I get 1 success, and I can discard 2. And if I get no success, if I get both 1 or 2, then I would have failed anyway. So I just really need that boomstick. We have 1 success. That's what I want anyway. So wait, what happened here? That's supposed to go over there. The top card is what I want anyway. So I'm going to take the top card. This goes down 1. I have a boomstick. So this does 1 damage. I'm going to have to read about weapons because I had thought that I didn't need to use an attack thing. So that modifies okay, let me double check here. 25 items, holding items. So your backpack can hold an unlimited number of items. So yeah, unless, oh, you can use it unlimited times, but that doesn't mean you use it on its own. Okay. So I do still need to use an attack action in order to use the weapon. Okay, I had forgotten that. And I have a weak attack, but the boomstick, he has to be in my space. I would like to move so that I can hit him off of here, but we're not going to worry about that right now. The cool thing is, while I have a gun, I do an additional 2 damage, which is awesome. Which that's in addition to the 1 damage that the boomstick adds to my attack. So we could still be going in the right direction here. Okay. Oh, I don't have any. Oh, I can buy 1. No. I have to buy the retaliate. Oh no. Hmm. Yeah, I'm stuck. I don't have any defense cards anymore. And he's going to move 2 right into my space. So be it. I have to use all 4 to buy retaliate, even though the retaliate really isn't going to do anything. The retaliate part of it. It'll keep me from being smacked, but it's not going to help me a whole lot. So that's all 4, and then I get this 1 card that's a cost 0. This next turn is going to be very sparse. All right, that'll go back up there, and I got to put all of these back out. Guard, okay, and got that done. Killer phase. He's gonna go 1, 2, and he's going to attack me. So I'm going to retaliate. At least if I can reduce it by 2, that would be very helpful. No! Okay, well, I have to. I have to discard 2 cards. I'm just going to have to discard these 2, which will leave me with a weak attack. I reduce the damage from the attack by 2, so he's only going to hit me for 1. But the Bloodlust still goes up 1, which means now he's hitting for 4. And that is not good because I have 3 health left. Okay. Did I? Yeah, I did. Okay. That is that. We're drawing a terror card. Collateral damage. Okay, he's going to move twice toward me. He's already in my space. For each rail space containing at least 1 victim that the killer moves through, including a starting and ending spaces, push a victim over the railing. That's funny. But nothing happens because he doesn't move at all. So, upkeep phase, nothing happens. Action phase. This is pathetic, but I'm going to have to try and attack him and hope that I don't get stuck with nothing. Yes! 2 successes, which means I hit him for this one, and 2 more, which is enough to knock one of his cybernetic parts off. So, I gotta double check how this goes. I believe I roll a die and stick it in that space. Roll a die and put it there. 3. So this, oops, this one is now there. And I can pick that up for 1 time. Okay. Oh boy. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 victims dead. Interesting. All right. Where were we? So that was the attack. I have no more cards. So I have 6 time, so I have to buy some cards. And obviously we're getting all of these. I'm going to buy, I need at least 1 guard. I think I should buy these for discards, so that's 2 more. And there is no more attack that I can get for cheap enough, so I'm going to, let's see, we do have a walk, but I'd better try and sprint if I can. Okay. That's all of them. I'm going to put that back at 6. And these will go back where they go. Okay. This is going to be a difficult one. But if we can... Oh boy. If we can survive this, then, well, I mean, we'll see where we're going. Okay, so he's targeting me and attacking again, so I'm going to guard. And... oh boy. Okay, I got 1 success. Reduce it by 2. That stinks, but that's all right. So 2 damage. Now the nice thing is, when I'm on my last health, this symbol right here means I get 1 more die. So as long as she doesn't die, I get another die. Ha 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 ha. Okay, and we are drawing a terror card. System reboot. If the Mark 5 is the active killer, place an additional cybernetic parts token on the finale card's token stack. Oh, yay. So we're putting that there, which means I need to hit him another time. No. Okay, but that was it. Panic phase, there's no victims in my space. Upkeep phase, done. Action phase, okay. So we survived, and now... Oh, the short rest might be a good idea. But I think first I better sprint. Let's see if we can pick up that part. Wow, this is turning out to be a much longer game than I was expecting it to be. What are we? We're an hour and a half in, and I haven't even killed the first... Oh no! Here's my first complete and utter failure. Oh. And I might have just died. So first of all, because I failed this roll, I have 3 tiers here that I can put on the tier board, which allow me to do different things. But I have to complete this. Now, as I said, I may have just died because I sprint and I may have just killed myself. Failing it, I can choose to either move up to 1 space and end the action phase, or not move at all and continue playing. No matter what I choose, though, I lose 2 time and I take 1 damage. Which means I may have just died. So, if this has any hearts on the back of it, then the game continues. If it is blank, I am dead. Here we go. Drum roll, please. Oh, cool. There are 2 hearts there. Aw. Got a little thing there. Which means we replace it with this one, so that doesn't get to happen again. But I gain 2 hearts back, so that's 2 right there, and this goes away. Okay. We did not die. All right. So, oh, I forgot I was going to choose which one I needed to choose. Yeah, I need to keep doing things. So we're just not going to move, I guess. I still can walk. Yep, we're going to walk. I need to get out of this space. Although not that it matters. He's going to attack me no matter what. Oh, no, I can jump over the rail. If I get 2 successes, I can run and jump over the rail. Oh, come on. No! Okay, I'm actually going to use a close call to re-roll all my dice for 2 time. Ah. Yeah. I need to do it. Okay, that'll work. There's 1. I ended up having to discard 3 cards, including this one, rather than 4 that I would have. So, discarding 2 cards to turn that last one into a success. 2 successes, I get to move up to 2 spaces and I lose 1 time, which really stinks. While I'm here, I'm going to use 1 time to pick this up. And we're going to jump over here, and because I'm wearing sneakers, I don't take any damage. I forgot where I put this. Will I pick one up? Put it in my backpack. Look at that. It's in my backpack. Okay. Now, I could attempt a short rest and a focus, and/or a focus, but that may not be the best idea. I have no time, so I can't even buy anything except for the 0-cost cards. This is not going to turn out well. There's a high probability of dying even still. And if I try doing either of these, well, if I run out of time, it just means that I have to end the action phase. So it's not that big of a deal. Oh! I can't even guard. So it doesn't really matter how much health I have. Okay, I'm just going to end it here. And I'm not even going to buy anything except for these. Reset that. LOL. Clutch. Yes, time waits for no man. Okay. And we did that. I gotta put these back. Sprint, guard, focus, and close call is the killer phase. He is going to go 1, 2, and I'm still a little ways away from him. And we have a terror card. What happens? Shock and awe. Roll 1 fewer die to a minimum of 1 when resolving reaction card. Oh no, I'm dead. Yep. I don't have any reaction cards. He's going to move toward me and attack me. I have no reaction cards, so I can't even defend. When he hits me for 4, hua hua, and I'm dead. Yep. 4 damage. Cat is dead. Well, there you go. Shows you how difficult this game is. Incredibly difficult, but still a heck of a lot of fun. And I actually have a pretty close to 50-50 win rate on this. It's really what I discovered. The main thing to worry about is have as many cards in hand as possible, so you can discard them to make the 3s and 4s into successes. That's what I've learned over playing this. And sometimes you just have to not have that in order to accomplish a couple of things, and it sets you up for failure in the future. That's what happened here. I did too many things on a round, and I ended up with too few cards to do anything, and then I couldn't even buy anything. But there you go. That happens. I did save the savior, though. So even though everybody in here died, the savior went and saved everybody from the rogue AI. So that is that. I'm going to have to, in the app here, say, no, I died. Okay. And then I have possible achievements here. So let's see. I possibly repaired the Mark V to at least 10 health. No, I did not. Repair the Mark V. Nope. I didn't even defeat the Mark V. So I didn't do either of the 2 possible achievements. And that is all. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this. I enjoyed this. This was actually a much longer game than I was expecting it to be. I played a game the other day just to remind myself of how this works, because it's been a little while since I've been able to play it. And I won, and it was a very short game too. I won fairly quickly. So I forgot that sometimes this game can go on for a little while if you don't go right in there and attack him. And because I had the savior to deal with, I didn't do that. And I wanted to get that boomstick. And the boomstick helped, but not a ton. Anyway, this was fun. And I'm going to keep doing this. Next week, I will be doing the one that's based on A Quiet Place. So it'll be, it's the other one that I just picked up that's, again, new to me. And so it'll have the, it's called the eyeless. So those guys that don't have any eyes, but they go by hearing. And then the location is actually based on Tremors, which is awesome. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, we'll be doing that next week. So I'll see you then. Well, sorry. That's a horrible way to end this stream. Well, thank you all for joining me, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye!